let's look at Mara here. Now, we can see on this momentum that it's buy time. See? It turns green. That is buy time, prime time. So we can see right now we are hitting it. Now we're gonna go and look on the daily time frame for this too, and see that it seems to have hit a bit of a high though. But on the 4 hour, it's a buy. Okay. Now we've got Vwap, up and down signals. And our TTM scalper signals are in here too. And let's look at Palantir here. And it is almost prime time for buy time on Palantir. Alright, check that out. I like it. That's a pretty big hammer. Now, Tesla took a beating today. And that could, it could start to see a reversal soon, but let's look for the upward signals, specifically Vwap to fire. With a big downwards run like that, we don't want to jump in until the Vwap fires. That's how we'll know that we found the bottom, once the Vwap goes off. So I know it's a game of patience, but one must be patient. Because it still might have another candle left to drop, or might not be done yet. Now, the stocks that went off today, Disney, looks like Pinterest, LVS, TMST, JetBlue, FI, DVN, NCLH, UAMY, OGI, all of these must have pulled back. So, Baidu, PayPal, and some of these are the biggest advancers I've seen here recently. Okay. Now on the daily, some of that, it's kind of neat. I like the way that shows up. And Pinterest, at least on the bottom, 4 hour hitting a bottom. And if you zoom out, you can see where those bottoms are, where your best buying opportunities are. And you can see when it dips into this area, Vwap fires. So that's why I've got the Vwap arrows plotted on this indicator. And I take a few indicators and try and mix some code together, and then I save it all over on GitHub. Let's wait for an up signal there on Pinterest. And as always, we need to check out our Darvas dailies, whether they're going to be big breakouts or... And so far, I haven't really seen this breakout list working. The indicator I built for it works, but I don't ever seem to catch anything when it's on that list. So, and all of these are the ones that the Darvas breakout signal would be true on the daily. So let's pull that up. And on the daily, and it is true. Okay, FI. See, I'd be looking for a Darvas box, you know, true signal in here somewhere. Although, let's change that color because the other ones are also green. Upper band, let's do buy signal, and we'll make those arrows like a dark blue. Okay, now we can see the Darvas signals, and those are the TTM scalper signals. So TTM scalper goes off, Darvas goes off. Interesting. Okay, TTM scalper signal, Darvas signal, price goes up. Scalper signal down in this bottom here is ideal. Very neat way to look at this chart here. What else do we have up here? Okay, signal here, Vwap. You know, trading this momentum might not be a bad strategy to follow if you can keep up with it, but that would mean that, you know, really buying the monthly low, you would have to be, looks like Vwap there, Vwap here. Vwap didn't really happen here, but you did get a bit of a low entry. So let's check this on the lower time frames here. 15-minute time frame. Although with this being in the upper, it does make it difficult to see things. But here's your low, here's your high. Okay. It dips way down in here. Vwap fires. Let's see, 1984. Does price go up? Does. 1991. Then it comes right back down. Okay. Yeah. Of course, this is a 1-minute chart. Here, the 5-minute chart. You could probably trade this within day to day. This is worth taking a look at and trading this strategy. And I think we can build some sort of code based on this overbought and oversold levels for entry and exit points. That could be really neat. Yeah, that'll be fun to work on. What's PBO? People's Bancorp. Looks similar as the other chart. Let's check out Neo. Oh, Neo. Let's see. You know, these nice waves right here, when they start happening, you know, those are now some consolidation. Okay. So let's take the one on the top away. Leave the one on the bottom. Now we've just got blue arrows, and yeah. So we could create a piece of code that lets us know when this arrow happens and have it plotted down here as well. Or like these big bull flag ones, which when price is, well under, but the signal is true, that's a sign of a big hike in price, something we've scanned for or are scanning for. So you see that lines up with this change in momentum right here at the very top. Now, how does that momentum go against a Renko chart? Uh-oh. Our blue arrows are breakout signals. Let's see. And this is if 10 ticks, so it's 10 cents. So 10-cent moves. 10 cents down, 10 cents up, each block. Alright, so maybe we should, and there's a way we can figure out the tolerances of the drops and the moves, the sizes of them, by counting all of this up. Then we can figure out what's, possible. It's a lot of mathing, so anybody out there who's good at mathing, let's talk about that down in the comments, and come over to the Thinkorswim ThinkScript group on Facebook. See, here's one of those big signals that I'm scanning for when price and the signal is true below this lower band. And that gives you a beautiful signal right here in on one of these. And when this happens, boy, does price hike up. So we really want to find this. And I have a scanner for it, but I have yet to see it actually show me anything. So when it does, I'll be sure to jump on it and make sure I'm recording. But it seems like if you just sit in the stock and wait long enough, it'll happen. So, and when it does, be ready, because then you can say here on Neo, this is a 10-cent move. So, I mean, you're going to make $1 or more, on that trade. 10 ticks, 5 ticks, whatever the tolerance is here. I mean, if you'd have taken 100 shares here and, it went from 47.60 to 49.20, I mean, you did very, very well. You made up at the $300 there. And of course, I'm not a mather, so I know that's just a little bit off, but roughly. But of course, if we wanted to get precise, even come in here and change it to 25, so that's a quarter. You can add up a quarter every time. 4 quarters is $1. So, every 4, 8, 12, and so on. There we go. Couple dollar move, couple dollar move. Okay. So when we hit our bottom here, we see a couple dollar move. Alright, now let's go into something like Tesla, which had a big couple way down dollar move. And that you may even want to put on like 100 tick, just because those higher dollar stocks, they move a bit more. Let's go to recent. You put it on 100 ticks. Now you can see the momentum, and each one of these blocks is, 100, so it's $1. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, not that, and of course, having this information is important for, say, for price to move a dollar, or if it's going to move a dollar, or, if it's prone to moving more than a certain amount, then you can get in on a good signal, say the bottom here, ride it to the top for however many dollars it's averagely good for. Yeah, see, hits a bottom, Darvas box catches it. It's rare that price falls below Darvas box, so keep that in mind when trading with one. But Darvas box, Donchian channels, Bollinger Bands, they all seem to contain pretty well. But and let's see, these are just the Darvas box signals, but if we were to take our TTM signals, you'll see that they'll plot up very well. So that's a reason why we want to stick around here, because these are the kinds of codes that we're building. These are the kinds of things that we want to make conditional buy orders for. And those are the kinds of signals that we're going to release. It just makes sense. Although mainly focusing on buy signals, because, I mean, honestly, it's hard to get a hold of signals, short shares too short. And see, look at this big conflicting signal, but look how big that move was. And I've noticed the Darvas down signals do give fake signals a lot, but it was a Vwap up, TTM scalper up, and 3 consecutive bars up would have been a clear buy-in signal. At least from a recent low. Yeah. Now this one you would have probably entered and maybe made something, but it probably would have been a losing trade. You would have done well here. There we go. So we can speed this up and check this motion out. Boom, boom. I mean, that is just lovely work right there. And when you get a signal like that that says up, you're already 2 or 3 in, and you know it's moved $1, $2, it's going to keep moving dollars, 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 dollars. I mean, yeah, that's excellent. Excellent signaling right there. Okay. So, we'll see what we can build and put together, and then back test it, see how that does. Let's see here. Big pullbacks, of course. CMO less than 35 on the daily. Tesla, Apple, and HYSR. Wow. Yeah, I knew Apple pulled back big, but that's just going to make it that much better of a buy. And it pulled back, what, well, man, 119. And 10 days, 10 tick, hit apply. And see, Apple is tradable, but it consolidates a lot, so there's a lot to get trapped in. That doesn't mean there's not opportunity. There's opportunity, you just have to wait for it. So this was a good range to be trading in if you waited for here and here and here. It's a game of patience. Wait for your bottom signal. Make sure you get out on your top. Get your bottom signal. Get out on your, get in and get out. I mean, there's almost no way to guarantee you're buying in at the bottom. You know, even, of course, low with a VWAP signal. You know, that's about the only way I've ever seen to guarantee that you're getting in at the bottom. So, but that's speculative. Now, let's see here. Okay. Wow, big cup and handle pattern. I mean, just look at this. Huge cup, huge handle. That was incredible. Is it going to do it again? And see, you don't see that on these charts. That's why Renko charts are interesting to trade. Okay. So we know those pulled back big, so those are going to be our big, best discount stocks right now. Okay. And let's see what is above the Bollinger Band midline, just to see if anything's taken off. Looks like BP, couple. Everything else here looks like it's red, so nothing too fun there, but I suppose we'll cap it off there and subscribe, like. Catch you on the next video.